Want to shut the door? So we are live. Hello, everybody that's not here at the moment. We're going to give you a little bit to get in here to for our 100 sub celebration and giveaway, and about Hamilton Comic Con. I've got a video that I'm going to be
Now,
making after this.
when I come in here,
Yeah.
do I turn off the Google thing live, right? I don't even need that really, right?
Right. Unless you
Okay.
want to see the chat.
Well, you can tell me if somebody says something in chat, and we'll do
Yeah,
it that way.
I
Just
got to bring that.
because bandwidth maybe is not so great.
Yeah.
I only have 1 megabit upload speed, and I've been in
Ah,
discussions about that. Bell's offering me 300 up here, so that
for
means
how much?
it's for a 2-year special, and I think it was $60 a month, and that's like $9 more than I'm paying for 15/1. And it's not. And
Ah,
I even said it to Tech Savvy, my provider. I said, it's not about me needing download speed. It's about me doing these services that I run that I'd need a little bit more upload speed. Like if I'm doing live stream videos, I want to have more upload speed.
I think I'm paying like 55, and
Yeah,
I've got like
I'm at
10,
50.
10 meg.
Yeah,
I got 10 meg. Well, I know it's a 10 megabyte upload per
probably
second.
download.
Yeah, download. I'm not sure what my upload speed is.
Most accounts usually have 1 megabit upload speed, and that's just enough to do what we're doing right here, right? The
Actually, I think
quality.
it's a bit more than that, but I'd have to check. But it's unlimited, so that's what I really care about. So
I got to find an application that will convert 3ds Max files into either format or something that goes to Blender, and I'm having a hard time finding that. Even 3ds Max itself kind of wants to keep everything to itself. And I've got all these meshes that I enjoyed making and animating and doing stuff with, and I'd rather just not be paying 3ds Max and Autodesk tons of money to do what I can do for free with Blender. So I may
yeah,
have to
for
go back
sure.
and start redoing everything. Oh my god.
I know. Well, you should see if there's a way that you can bring it into Blender.
Well, I looked at that, and they said that the only way to do it is you need to have 3ds Max and export it to a file format that Blender will recognize. Well, the problem is I fired up 3ds Max, and it doesn't. There's something I'm missing then, because I couldn't find a format that Blender would recognize. Which, and then of course when you save the file, there's extra things you have to do. The guy was saying, he was showing me all the stuff, and yet none of that what he was talking about was there. So unless it's a new version, like I can't afford to go out and buy the 3ds Max every year. I mean, that software is nuts for money. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I know what you mean. So these software things, they want extraordinary amounts of money that you got to be a professional to actually afford.
Well,
And if you,
I got a, like I said, I had the city, that local city I was living in, investing in me to do all this stuff, and then Warner Brothers was caught bringing in foreign temporary workers at less than minimum wage. And I said to them, I says, well, you put me in this program, you give me all this money to do all this stuff, and then I wouldn't be able to get any business because Warner Brothers could take it. $8 an hour versus, at the time it was $15,000 for the software. 15,
yeah,
15 grand, man. So out the window that went. I'm glad I don't have to pay none of that back.
yeah,
That's about it,
for
eh?
sure, for sure.
At least I'm still here and I'm still mucking around. But then I've got an old version of the program, that maybe an updated version. So what I might want to do is ask the community if somebody in the community has a new version, that I could send them my message and have them convert them over to Blender. And then I'd have to, oh my Lord. I don't think you realize how much work this would end up being. I'm almost
Oh,
tempted.
I get exactly how much work it would be. I know about converting stuff from one thing to another. It's a pain in the
I've got
buttocks
gigs and
to
gigs
say.
and gigs. Yeah, I was at a website. What was the name of that? Let me see if I can find that too, because it was a really neat site. And what happened is all these animators and everything would come in there and they would share knowledge on how to do stuff, how to create things. And once you got in there and were doing it, it was like school without having to pay for it.
Yeah,
Here you were with all these guys doing all this stuff, and nobody was saying you can't have this, you can't do it, and everybody had a free access to everything everyone else did. It was like you make something and it's owned by everybody. You can do whatever you want. And then some asshole hacker came in, pardon the language, some bad
yeah,
hacker came
yeah,
in and wrecked the site, and the owner just didn't want to deal with it anymore. So what's left is a few people that are there that don't really do very much anymore. So it's really sad to see a community like that that's shared that way, because we used to take old next generation episodes that use models in the episodes. We'd cut them out and put CGI in and then sit around critiquing each other so we would get this stuff right. I mean,
yeah,
that's the kind of knowledge sitting in my brain, and I'm sitting here going, well, Star Trek, the original series, before NAFTA, the new NAFTA rules go in, is in the public domain. I mean, I could be sitting here making little mini Star Trek episodes, just get a few
yeah,
people in Star Trek uniforms, and then you got a real show.
yeah,
I mean, what's the production level there? It's like nil. I got all the ships made. you know, you got all the little sounds and blowing ups and
yeah.
all the
I know.
doing. And now I just go, well, okay, they're gonna. You wouldn't want to try doing that, because look what they did in the U.S. and to people, like the big thing Axonar did, and now you can't, the rules and
Yeah.
blah, blah.
Hold on. Hey, Chad, how are you today? We finally got somebody in the chat.
Cross has an evil minion around him today.
We're gonna wait a bit before we do that giveaway and stuff. We want a few more people here, Chad.
Let me post this. Let me post this somewhere too. Let me see here.
But however, in the meantime, me and
I
Kronos
did something
will.
silly to my Facebook where everything now isn't public. It's just for my friends. I got paranoid there when someone was trying to mess with some email thing there the other day. Yeah. How do I do that? Activity log settings.
Okay. The guest is Kronos something. I'm not sure.
Chiron. The only reason I have the last name there was because the CVC's website needed you to have a last name, and they had this policy that you could be anonymous for a long time, and then they changed it where they wanted everybody to use their real name, even though they'd had their website hacked 3 times. So I just made up a name, and it's like Mindy was saying, Kronos is the Greek god of wisdom, or Titan of wisdom,
Yeah.
and Chiron was, I believe, his. I don't know. There's the boatman, down in, he would ferry people around in Greek
Oh, the ferryman.
river Styx. He's also supposedly, other people could say, is the Titan father of Kronos. So I'm my dad and son. That's not the way I wanted that to turn out. I stick with the boatman thing. It sounds better. Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Okay.
Let me fix
Okay.
this while you
How's
carry on. I
no
want to
problem.
see if I can open up my.
And I'm actually back from the Comic Con. I was not able to go live there or didn't check. Sorry about that. I will be making a video. I took some video that I'm going to put together as a video up. But I got a whole bunch of stuff, and I will talk about that while we show it all off while we are waiting for people
Let's
in
see.
the chat.
Little giveaway here. Let's see here. Where am I? Okay, I need to go over here. Into here.
So,
And I take this video's link.
and while I was there, I got my picture taken with Luke Duke, Tom Wopat from the Dukes of Hazzard, and Laura. I think a few. I got a few pictures. I'll show those in a few minutes. I'll bring them up and share on my screen.
Damn it.
I got my picture taken with Laura Vanderwalt, who is actually Canadian. I found out,
Oh, she's cute.
and she played Supergirl in Smallville.
She's
There
played in a lot of
is
things, man. Oh,
there is the thing guide,
why does that not
for
work? I hate when that does that.
the official 2000 program guide.
Try that again.
So there's show through this.
Yeah. So there were lots of people at this Hamilton thing.
There wasn't as many as there used to be, but I think because the last 2 years they ended up having it up at the airport
Oh, yeah.
here. The Warplane Museum, which is part of the airport and all that, and it just sucked up there because it was way out of people's things. So I think people have to get used to it being back into the core of the city.
Yeah.
Where it was, the other years. So they have to build up their people base again.
Mm-hmm.
So there's
Okay.
the next page for
Do
that.
this. That's turned
Floor
off.
plan for where everybody was, which
Okay.
I didn't use.
There, now I can see the.
That's everybody that was there for all the things. And Mohawk is a college here that helps promote it, the Comic Con. There's all about the panels. I didn't attend any of those. They didn't look
This is
interesting
my
enough to
booth.
me.
James Campbell or Bruce Campbell.
Yeah. He's supposed to be at Niagara Falls Comic Con this year or next year.
That was delayed.
Oh.
I like how the video delays here.
Well, we should.
Good job.
Oh, yeah. Where did you? Shouldn't be too delayed here between us. Yeah. Well, no, for here it wouldn't be the SJWs. Chad, I was talking to a couple of the artists there. They seemed. I never used the word Comicsgate, but they did seem Comicsgate friendly from talking to them. They agreed with a lot of the stuff that we would say, but I never. And there's the last page. And
Well, the whole thing when you're at a convention like that, you're more there to say hi, how are you, and could I get a signature, and can you tell me about your book if I don't know about it, kind of thing, and then doesn't have to get into issue driven stuff,
Yeah, true, but there's one guy that every year he's there. He's been there every year that I'm there, and I usually buy some of his stuff, his drawings and all that, because they're pretty good. So, what can I get into there? There's, like I said, I bought a fair amount. Got some free stuff and all that. There, let's see. Trying to put everything together. There's this one book called Penny Steel. Got a bookmark from him for it. Also, he's doing this guy Captain Cryptid. It's for $1. It's like a 4-page or a 6-page comic.
Well, there you
that he's starting.
Did you let them know about this kind of little community thing where they're all helping people to do things?
A little bit, yeah. Again, like I didn't want to use the word Comicsgate. I said about my YouTube, I'd be willing to promote if he wants to come on promote. He said he's close to 100 subs. Then there's these postcard type things that he had for free.
Yeah.
And he's got like 4 comic books of it, and I'm just showing the front and back
Oh yeah,
of all this,
there you go.
showing off all the.
That's
I'm
all.
right now. Right
Hamilton.
now, I'm showing. Yeah, this is all throughout Hamilton. I'm showing off. He had
That's
this also
about
free, 4
250
pages.
miles from me, I think.
Yeah,
Maybe 300. It's fair
uh, an
bit.
ash can, an ash can preview he had for free giving away. It's like 4 pages of comic book.
Yeah,
I got his business card,
there you go.
and there's all his Instagram, Twitter, Day, Facebook.
There you
So,
go. That's what
so if you guys can see that, you can look up that stuff. Um, a print for what I got with the comic books. And I got all 4 comic books for like $10. They're just small ones like that, but uh, they're ash can size here. I haven't even looked at them yet. So he has a variant cover for a little bit more price. Here, ooh, there is the first one. I've yet to read any of this stuff, but it's all black and white,
yeah.
except there's a color picture at the end. Hey, Mighty Greek, Geek, I should say. Thanks. I just made it today for Comic Con. There's
Mhm.
a video on me making it, Chad. Here's the second issue. So I'd suggest checking them out. Again, it's all the black and white. Um, you know, you can spend a fortune at these places.
Oh yeah. In some ways,
uh,
money well spent. In some ways,
yeah, yeah.
you're putting
Uh,
money into people that actually do want to entertain you versus people that want to just take money out of your wallet,
uh,
like Marvel and DC some days.
yeah, yeah. Here's number 3 of it. So, the Canadian Comic Book Alliance. Ooh, I'll have to check that out. There's about that on the
You got
back of
covered.
this.
Hmm.
And there's number 4. I got all 4 of these small little things for $10, so that was a pretty good deal. That's all his stuff that I have. Then there was another artist, another one. I'm not sure which is the first issue here. She's got this thing called Crown and Anchor. For like $30, I got this little ash can type thing, this print, this comic book, this comic book, and another one. I'm not sure what goes in what order, but this is, I think, signed by her too. So, and all these people, they seem Comicsgate friendly. At least I never, like I said, I never mentioned the name Comicsgate, but just in talking, I gave them, they all got my business card, so maybe at some point in the future, we might have them on as guests,
There you go. A little more
promote
Canadian
their
content.
stuff. Um, Now, I also got this. I also, for that $30 deal, I got this print from her too, of I guess one of her characters or whatever. I'm not sure exactly yet. Hey, good dog. Hey, you gonna come in for this celebration? Good dog. I'm doing my whole thing. I sent the put the link in the chat for the on Facebook. Uh, Now to do some other stuff. some prints I got. There's this one guy that I got a video from last year about Canadian comic stuff, I think. Let's see. I want to show everything in a certain order. Okay, no problem. Okay, so we got 4 prints of him, and he gave me 2 of his comic books too with the 4 prints, and they were like $20 for 4 prints. Now they're not on really high quality paper, in my opinion. But I'll try and get them. He has a couple characters he's working on. That's them. There's some sort of futuristic thing. A Supergirl that he had done.
Nice size poster.
11 by 17. And I got this one because it was funny, in my opinion. Wolverine, the Amazing Spider-Man, in his Spider-Man pose shooting webs with his claws out. And here is the comic book. I got one more print to show too from him. Gwen Stacy.
Man. It's Canadian.
Yeah. Gwen Stacy. Spider Gwen, I should say. And I've got 2 of these, so if somebody wants it, maybe I'll make it one of my things. Let's see. And then an artist that I get something from every year. Let me get this Gwen Stacy out on a slightly better form of paper. Who's the battle bot? I'm not sure what you mean.
That's something I created using a piece of software called Bryce 7, which you can get freely and put objects and textures together and create 3D models.
Well, I think you more mean
that's what I've been using here a little bit, just something older software and just mucking stuff together just to make it look neat.
No, I did. As far as I know, I didn't buy any Bendis. I didn't buy any actual comic. Well, except for that stuff. I bought all indie comics there, so I didn't buy any Bendis.
I should show you guys. I play a video game called Avorion, and it's like this little Minecraft-like game, but you can resize the blocks. And I built the world's largest ship in this thing. It literally would make. It's about the size of a Death Star, but a spaceship.
No, but I think what he was talking about. What is your
the little
YouTube handle?
Yeah, that's like I said, that's just me designing a little robot.
No, not the actual picture. What your YouTube handle is?
Oh, Kronos Chiron. I guess I'm a little new to the scene. I've been sitting back watching how all these guys do stuff, and I'm more of a 3D animator than someone who does comics. However, I can see that there are ways that all of us can help each other out, and and we have things in common too. Like this attitude they take towards comics people. It isn't just comics. Someone got fired in the games industry a couple of months back by acting like how this Chuck guy did and got fired for recently. And it seems to me they think they get all this money together and they think they got a nice cushy job. They can just treat people like jerks and get away with it. And there's no consequence. Well, there is. When you represent me as a company and you're out there mouthing my customers off, you're costing me money. What's going to happen here is Marvel has put the foot down on it because there's the Mark Waid lawsuit, and they don't want anyone else to start suing them either because lawsuits cost money. for them to go into a courtroom costs $5,000 every time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they're not going to want to be doing that if 100 people start suddenly suing them. So,
One sec. Thanks, Mighty Geek. I'll do the accept or well, whatever later to make sure. Sorry about that. I just want to make sure. Hey, Bob. I'm waiting for. We've only got like 9 people, and at least one is me. I'd like to try and see whether we can get to 20 before doing this. And I got Wonder Woman Gal Gadot at my Comic Con by this artist. Hello, KG. Oh. And I got some postcard type stuff. I got a whole bunch of Canadian superheroes he did in one thing. So that's pretty good right there. A Power Girl by him. And they're all signed by him too. Kyle, Green Lantern, Kyle Rayner, and Black Canary and Green Arrow. Oh, we're up to 10.
I'm right in the middle of a discussion with another guy. I showed a web page that looks like a book, and I'm trying to describe to him how the comics guys could use something like this to promote their actual comic, right? Let's say you, like, I know a lot of them have digital sales too, right? That'd be like a PDF file or something like that they sell. And for people that are international, like an American selling to a Canadian, with Indiegogo, we get hit with a $25 fee no matter what we buy. So a $2 comic down there costs $27 before shipping. It's crazy. So this way, we could get a digital copy cheap, and that way they also get some sales and everybody's happy, right? Yeah. So let me I'm just going to be away for a sec while I describe what I just said there to someone else.
Bob, what were you wondering how much was?
Let's see.
What were you wondering was how much?
Oh, I spelled bad typing. Oh.
Now I'm going to share my screen and show you some pics I took while there. We have me with Tom Wopat from the Dukes of Hazzard. He played Luke Duke. Okay, I'll go over those in a sec. How much? Got a couple. Me with Laura Vandervoort, Supergirl from Smallville. Somebody dressed up as Bane. That's some wrestlers. I got that pick for a friend. He was into wrestling, so those big figures that I'd be interested in. That's supposed to be Obi-Wan and a Stormtrooper, obviously. I think that's supposed to be Black Widow, Captain America. There are some anime drawings that they had as posters. I don't know how much they were, Bob, but I thought you might be interested in them. So I took pics of them. Sorry, they're not the best. I tried to get them all in one shot, but a couple anime characters, people dressed up as anime characters. There you go, Bob. I'm not Bob, God. Me with Supergirl and Batgirl. And that's it for those pics. I took a fair amount of videos, so I'm going to make the video for that. Now let me stop sharing. Okay. So um, these little cards here were $3 each from that guy. This print of Wonder Woman was $12. I got these 4 prints here. 4 prints, Gwen Stacy, Spider-Gwen, a couple characters you haven't heard of, the Wolverine, a Spider-Man sort of, the Spider-Man pose, and the Supergirl. They were 4 for $20, and I got 2 comics thrown in. This print here was thrown in with a package that I paid $30 for. I got a whole bunch of comics. So, and of course, I made my Canadian Shield shirt. So I'm not sure what we can do. Doesn't look like we're gonna get many more people as much as I'd like. I'm not sure how long I've been going at this point. Uh,
Yeah, are you selling copies of that T-shirt?
well, I
You know
yes,
that's how some of these guys make the big bucks, eh?
yeah. Well, this I just drew on. I had a white T-shirt that I hadn't even worn yet. I drew that on today, and give me a sec. I have to take out my earbuds. On the back is Cross Comics. So if somebody wants it, I think I said in my video earlier today, like $35 plus shipping. You there?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
So because if I speak, there's like a second delay, and then it pops my thing up on the screen, so I don't want to interfere.
Yeah. Well, okay. KJ
Might be my
said.
internet provider.
Okay.
That.
KJ says we've been going 31 minutes. Okay. So
Is there a way I can make it just small instead of the whole screen?
the only thing I can think of is up in the upper right corner using the buttons. I don't have it the whole full screen myself, so. Okay.
I'll look in the settings here. Control room. Let me see here. Okay.
Okay. So, thanks, good dog. Like I said, I made it up myself, so I can get the shirts for like $5 or $6. So, and then there's the drawing. I did a whole thing about it earlier on my thing. So, Mom, come in here. Okay, so we're gonna do this the way I think Art T Bear did it a couple months ago when he did a giveaway. We've only got 10 people in the chat. We've been going half an hour. That's what I said. So I was hoping to be more. It's not my best, but I took a little bit of time, but it probably didn't take as much. I didn't plan it out in advance too much. Oh, hold on, I don't think my mom heard me. Oh. Mom, where? Okay. Okay,
Oh, I see
hold
the
on.
power of this. You can hook it up to a phone too, eh?
What was that? I couldn't hear you for the last
I
couple.
was looking at the controls on this. You can actually hook this up to like a cell phone, and that's how those other guys were doing things. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so, Mom, I want you to take. Okay, everybody, write a number from. Well, Mom, write on there a number from 1 to 10. Do not show me. Put it down somewhere.
1 to 10.
Just a number from that in that range.
Yeah.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay, everybody in the chat that wants to do this, pick a number from 1 to 10. Who wants the commission? You can enter too if you want, Kronos, Chiron.
I'm kind of all over the place at the moment. What's going on?
Well, if you type in the in the chat a number between 1 and 10, you could win a free commission from me.
Don't worry about it. Let the other guys enjoy. I've won lots of stuff online here in the last couple of months.
Okay. So do we got anybody else out there for? I know it says 10 people, so I don't know how many people we actually got in the chat that can actually type a number. Looks like only 4. No, you're not. Type a number. Okay, well, Mom, where'd you go?
Still here, just relax.
Look at the chat. But
Okay, well. Hand me the sheet of paper. Okay. I have not seen it, my friends. Here is the number. It is 7. Wow, Bob won it. You got it, Bob. 7. So I will be sending that out Monday, probably. I will need to get information on you as to where to send it to. So congratulations to Bob. He wins in mine. He wins in pixels. He's just on a lucky streak. So that's all we need you for.
okay.
Bob, just oh wow. He said 7 is the most picked number by people, so that's how he came by it. So Bob, send me your information in at Facebook so I can get that out to you Monday or Tuesday. I just gotta. Well, you also gotta tell me what you want too. Do you want one that I've already done, or do you want something new? The chat demands more Mom. She's camera shy, so I'm trying to get her on to see. You might be able to hear her. That's about it. That's the most that she's willing to do. Well, you have to let him know first. Yeah, I don't think he'll just give it to me without your permission. But which do you want? Something I've already done, or do you want something new, Bob? I know you're talking about that Ichigo. Do you want that, or do you want something else? Something new?
Hi to everybody.
My mom says hi. I did create a character like Supermom or something like that. I can show that to you. Okay, give me a sec.
I love explaining math to people. And I'll explain this, okay? So the
Hey Bob, you know what? I'm
hold
I'm
on.
gonna throw in something else too.
While he's
When I
walking
was at
around
the
there, I was
Comic
explaining
Con,
that.
I was given
Oh, am I interrupting?
2 of this comic book.
Oh,
You
okay.
think you'd like it?
All right, what are you doing here? Oh,
If so, I'll give that to you too. One of them. Not both of them, just one of them. Yeah, I can. You missed again. You missed it, John. There is the Ichigo. But yeah, I can wait till then. As long as you can. Oh, sorry, I don't have. I'm not sure whether you've been saying anything,
oh yeah,
Konos.
oh yeah. I just sort of I went quiet there so you can show stuff without my giant image peering over the screen. I'll have to ask the other guys how that's done. And you just make it small at the bottom right,
Out there.
flash on.
Uh, well, if you talk it up right now, I could lock it on me, and if you talked, it wouldn't. But I don't care, at the
Oh,
moment, because if I'm not doing anything, it doesn't matter.
right, right. Anyway, I was showing a piece of a website that has like a book, and I was showing this one guy saying it would be neat to be able to put a couple of pages from a guy's new comic into that as sort of a promotion, and then you
Yeah,
could use that for international sales for something like you could do your regular in-country sales of comic books, right? Like
yeah.
regular real books, and do outside the country digital sales. And they were saying that they were worried about piracy. Well, the problem with that is that I could buy one of these guys' books, scan it off, and just put it on the internet and pirate you anyway. Like that's part of the, you can't, you know what I mean? Like
It's hard to get around
that's
it.
not
They're
how you
already.
that's not how you promote yourself, because the idea is that when you're doing the marketing, you're looking at the people that want to buy the book versus the people that want to buy a book to then go and pirate it. Okay.
Yeah,
Like you're going to have more sales when you look more flashy and professional versus not professional. Okay.
true.
And I showed him this link and he goes, that's really neat looking and everything and blah, blah, blah. And he says they're afraid of losing money this way. And I said, well, here's the thing. There's a $25 fee with Indiegogo. So if I buy 4 things, that's $100 in fees, right? So instead of buying 4 sets of 25 or something with no fee, right? I buy 2 things and I get a $25 fee. So you lost 50% because the fee doesn't go to you, it goes to Indiegogo,
Yeah.
right? So you've lost $50 or 50% of your sales, right? Like
Yeah.
that's dun, 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 dun. Someone has to sit down with these guys and show them some serious math.
Yeah.
Like, and if you're all worried about piracy, just don't, because you're not going to ever stop that. The idea is people want to help and buy things, and they like this kind of access where they get to see and talk to the creators, and they love that kind of feeling of being part of a community. That's the thing to build on. You build that,
Yeah.
you have Ethan style numbers. Okay.
Yeah.
I've been there. In the late 90s, I had 2 websites I was hosting, and I had 10 million unique visitors a month, which would equate to about 80 million people coming to one web server.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then you're getting to talk to people that run other big servers, like at the time Yahoo and other companies from Microsoft and all these other guys. Their admins and everything talk to you and stuff like that, right? And it's all about marketing, and it's not got nothing to do with worrying about all the rest of this stuff. Like, yeah, you should, in all honesty, do some stuff to prevent it, right?
Yeah.
Like if someone's going to
But-
use a credit card to buy your stuff, right? You got their name, and if you put a watermark in a PDF file, and it's different for every user, and then that ends up on the internet, you know who pirated it.
Yeah.
And if it's removed, the pattern of its removal would even tell you who pirated it. This is, you know, this is how you can do things. It's like, you know, removing a piece of your arm or something, you know, and putting a little chip there. They take the chip out. Well, the space where that chip was is still there. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just sort of was in a discussion about code and different things like that. I mean, I get a little more technical than people like.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for my wife to get the baby ready. Gonna go to the Halloween store to pick up some decorations. Yeah. Cool. John.
We're getting another one in here.
No. Well,
Oh.
John's waiting. We got 11 watching. Anything anybody wants to know about stuff? We know Chad's now won the 100 sub giveaway.
Nice. Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations. But anybody wants to know about my visit to Hamilton Comic Con? Hey, Tank.
Did you get any pictures where you had some pictures of people, right?
Yeah, I showed those in a.
Seen the pictures of him on his little tour through the Comic-Con.
Yeah, but I got a whole video of that too. I'm gonna have a whole video up in a few.
Yeah.
But probably by the time I go live tonight for the slave drawing, I'll have a video up for all that.
Right on.
You know, I took a video almost as soon as I started in there. I went around, pretty much didn't buy anything before. I went all the way around and showed everybody a lot of stuff. I ended up buying from one guy before I stopped going around. It's just a guy that I normally buy off of every year. What was the most expensive thing I saw? I didn't look at a lot of prices, but I saw this huge statue of Venom. Like, it had to be like a foot or two tall, foot and a half tall. It was like $180. No, more than that. $400 or something like that. I know they got 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Tank. And of course, there's lots of other things there that were like 180, 160, all sorts of action figures. What was 160, 180? I forget. Comic-Con can be expensive. You could literally, if you wanted, had the money, you could go there with $10,000 and come back with nothing. I didn't go there with $10,000, mind you. I skirted my spending a little. Where's the pic of Venom? You want to see Venom? Okay. There is Venom. What else we got here? But and I know they had swords and stuff there. I know they can get expensive. Lots and lots of action figures. Like I said, I didn't look up the price of everything. A lot of stuff I just skirted. Oh, hello, who do we got here? Is that you, John?
Yeah, that's me, but I got to keep myself muted because I got the water heater going on.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, I got a big fan here. I'm trying to keep it away from me. And I'm in a sort of a philosophical discussion at the moment, and I'm kind of trying to think.
Oh, you meant that statue. I did not take, it was in a box, so I didn't get a picture of it. I think it should be in my video. I think I would have clipped a little bit of it in my video when I get that up. Hopefully that will be in thing. Because I was taking video, I did not take too many still pics. You know, obviously for my pictures with Tom Wopat and Laura Vandervolt, I needed to have those still pictures. And the picture with Supergirl and Batgirl, again, it was something that needed to be, a still picture. A few of the Comic-Con people, the cosplayers or whatever you want to call them, were still shots. There was a nice looking Lobo there, which he got on camera, so you'll see that. There's lots of stuff on camera, so and that, like I said, should be up. After I end this stream, I will be doing the editing on that. If anybody wants to see stuff, I've went over it once, but I can obviously go over it again for those that weren't here. I'm trying to think of anything else to say. Oh, what are you drawing there, John?
Well, I'm drawing a kind of a character concept for it's called I forget what it was called, but it's another Twitter guy from Comicsgate, and he has a comic book out. I think it's called Pai Fang, and she's that anthropomorphic
sort of
cat lady.
Yeah, she's called. I think it's called it's called Siphon.
Yeah. I saw a post somewhere about that.
Yeah, the last snow leopard.
Yeah.
She's like a karate cat. So that's what I'm drawing right now.
Cool. No, I didn't. There was no advertisement for the Teen Titans. Unfortunately, it's the ones around here, or at least the Hamilton one, never has any big stuff like that here. Chad says you're drawing Hillary Clinton. John.
Oh. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we have none of the big news stuff here or whatever. They don't usually show that, at least not that I've ever seen. We're not as big as the Toronto Comic-Con. You might get some of that stuff there. I have yet to attend the Toronto Comic-Con. There's one in Niagara Falls. That's even bigger than Hamilton, so they might show stuff there. Again, it's the one that I have yet to attend. Hopefully, I might be attending later on next year. Behind the table. In other words, selling stuff. But that stuff tables are like about $350 for Artist Alley, so I didn't grab anything to eat there, but I'm sure it would be. Plus, it would be expensive where it was, and right across the way from it is a mall, so you just go out and eat, and you get a stamp on your hand, so you can pretty much come in and all that, no problem. When is your Cura? Not this Wednesday coming up, but the Wednesday after. But I could switch them around if you want. That's not a biggie.
So who won the contest? I hear I missed it.
Oh, Bob won.
And is he asking for Heisman?
No. Yes, you have the power in this case, Bob. If you want me to switch Naruko for however you want to say it, because I forget how to say it now. That character you said. I will do that. Doesn't matter which order I draw them in, really.
And so, did you get the first page of the book?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yes, very much.
Now, I know that you had said that there was a hallway on one of them.
Yeah.
But the way it was laid out, did it make sense? Were you able to?
Yeah, I made sense of it all. No problem. You know, I just got to slowly figure out how to put all my pictures in. You know,
all the stuff on you. Sorry, there. I should mute myself while I'm doing this.
But that's not going to be a problem to figure out. I have already did a couple of. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So I'll do it. I'll switch them. Okay, I just made a note to switch. Yes, and since I'm going to be doing it anyways, I might as well just wait till then instead of doing it right here, right now. This Wednesday night, probably around 11 my time, I will be starting. Somewhere 11:30. I've got a Wednesday thing I go to this week, so, and I don't get back till like 10:30, 11. So. And the great thing is, this, unlike Ichigo there, this one's going to be inked and maybe have one color in too. So that might make you want it even more.
So, why are you back from the Comic-Con so early?
Well, unlike Sandy, it wasn't that big. Well, it's big, but it's not super big. You know, there's like one floor of a lot of exhibitors, and they've got, well, on the second floor they've got exhibitors. You got your celebs, your artist alley, and it's I went through it once, just looking around, seeing what I might want, and then I went through it again and waited for Tom Wopat to come because he was taking a break when I got to his thing at first. I got a picture with him for $20, and then
I'm
Laura
sorry.
Van-
Who is Tom Wolpat?
Luke
Is he
Duke Luke Duke from the Dukes of
Oh, Luke
Hazzard.
Duke. Okay, you were talking about him last night.
No, I didn't notice, Bob. And I got a picture taken with Laura Vandervoort, who played Supergirl in Smallville. Picture with her was $40. Luke Duke was only 20. So, and I got a whole bunch of pics and comic books, some indie comic books. I was showing a bit of it earlier. Here, I'll show you. Won't be in any particular order like it was before. I had it all meshed together. Certain person with certain person.
You look like you were not too organized for all this.
I was organized earlier, but then it just.
Then you got going. Oh, I should have done that, and I should have done that. Oh no.
No, then it's like as I did it, I threw it off to the side somewhere.
Hurry.
So okay, so it's easy enough to organize. So I got all these comic books here with this print, with the smaller print.
Look at that! You've even got up to 103 subs now.
Yeah, well, it actually went down. I was at 104.
Uh-oh.
And this print, along with
All right, who's the trader?
this, and like these comic books here called Crown and Anchor. There's 3 of them. This one called Transmute, and this other small ash can type thing called Short Stacks. All that for $30, and they are all signed by the artist, so that is cool. Which anime Bleach? Top 3 fighting animes are past. Okay. And from another person, I got these 4 things for those were like 10, all that for $10. And then he had this free 4-page from one of those comics, and he had some postcard type things. They were free. A bookmark that was free from him, and he had this small little comic for like $1. And these. Okay, and then I got 4 prints here. This one, Spider-Gwen. The Amazing Spider-Man.
Haha, Wolverine. Yeah.
The Amazing Spider-Reen.
Spider-Reen. Spider Pig.
This Supergirl, felt it was appropriate with having already got my picture taken with her. And then he has a comic book he's working on, and these are the characters from it. Those prints were 4 for $20. and that also included these. It's the same comic book, but 2 copies. I'm thinking of sending Bob one of these with his win if he wants it. So I've got to read all this stuff, and I'm gonna comment on it later on when I actually read it.
Yeah, now you got some source material to talk about. There you go.
And
Become a little reviewer.
yeah, and
Huh.
Yeah, are you going to review any of the
400
comic books you got?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that for sure. You know,
because that's a good
they're,
way to
they're all
help
they're, they're
those
all
artists.
they're all indie stuff. You know, and I told well at least told one of them that I was gonna be showing all the stuff that I got today on my channel. So he might be checking me out. So I think a little print with a bunch of Canadian superheroes that have Canadian background.
Oh, yeah.
A Power Girl.
Woohoo.
I get something from this artist every year. I like his stuff. Black Canary and um, Green Arrow.
Yeah.
A Kyle Rayner Green Lantern. He's my favorite Green Lantern. And a very nice Wonder Woman Gal Gadot looking. So that cost me $12. Each of those prints cost me, these small ones cost $3 a piece. What else? Oh, something that I did mention earlier. Ended up getting myself 3 action figures that I'm thinking of painting and making them into my characters. A Supergirl, a Iron Man,
Uh-huh.
and I'm not sure who this is exactly.
I got a nice 3D model I built of Iron Man there. I put in with the Fanspeak logo I kind of did up there. It's a bit busy, so I might have to redo that. It just kind of, it feels busy compared to the old logo. I'll play around.
And all these
Play around with it.
and all these action figures were $2 a piece. I'm gonna put some. Let's see. I'm gonna go back to my pictures for a sec. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. I wanna get up particular ones for Bob. I'm not sure. Open web photos.
Bob is getting all kinds of excited about all the extra things you're throwing in with his win.
This dump truck pulls up to the house, dumps all this stuff out in the front lawn. His mom
Cool.
is
Well,
screaming at him, "What is all this mess?"
It's an embarrassment of riches.
This is the Bob. This is the only extra thing that you're gonna get. None of that other stuff that you saw.
That's a good extra right there.
That's it.
That's the way.
I know it says like 25 cents is a dynamic introductory price, issue 0. Giganthosaurus. I'm not sure. However you want to think that's pronounced.
Deja, put it up there again.
Okay, here we go.
That's hard to pronounce.
You know,
I'm not sure how to pronounce that.
yeah,
I can't.
see, I never.
Is that a J or an I? That's the third letter.
It's it looks like a J to me. It looks like it's DEJAA,
So Dejab,
or
Dejab.
could easily be an I though. Well, there's an I right there at the end of the other word.
Okay,
So
so it is a J.
unless they're just stylizing it for that word.
So Dejab, yeah, okay, or Dejab.
It's, as you can see, it's all
Yeah, that looks
all
nice.
colored.
Yeah, yeah. You'll have to do a review, man.
Yeah, oh, some sketch work there, sketch art stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, a bunch of black and white at the back of it with no words. So,
Choose your own story. Haha.
I don't know. I'll let you know when I send it out for sure. And I just thought of that now. I got an extra copy. I was thinking of giving it to somebody. Why not my sub that won?
There you go.
Could have made an extra bonus prize for somebody else. But it'll cost a little less just sending it to Bob. Alright, so Bob, a couple people dressed up in anime characters. Have any idea who those guys are? Because I didn't.
No.
And then here's some pics of other animes for posters. I thought of you, so I picked these pics. I know that's one on the top. I think these are both Sailor Moon type stuff, but I could be wrong. And then wrong way. Then there's that one. There's nice butt cheeks for somebody.
Oh, you just got demonetized. Captain America.
You know the posters. Oh, that's cool. I just thought you'd like to see that stuff, so I thought of you, so I decided asked them to take a pic. They said yes. So
when you went to Hamilton, what was the weather like? Because it was really, really crappy. Not far. Like I'm about a couple hundred miles northeast, and it
what
was.
do you mean when I went to Hamilton? I am in Hamilton.
Or when you went to the Comic-Con thing, right? Is the weather all right, or because
it's a bit chilly outside, but I went in this T-shirt that I'm on. I was able to tolerate it. So
see, I wonder if they had had it maybe a month ago, it might have done better with better weather. A little warmer.
Well, see, it was doing good. They had it downtown for about 3 or 4 years in a row. And then they decided to do this stupid thing and move it up to the Hamilton International Airport in the Warplane Museum.
Yeah, way out
which is yeah.
Well,
which is hard to get to. Now, I never got to attend it the first year there because I was away on a missions trip. But I attended it last year, and really, it was really sucky. This year, it was better. It came up a little bit, but they had the funny thing is they had a place. One of the vendors was selling just chocolate or some type of chocolate, and then they had one selling like smoked meat and all this stuff. Nothing to do with comics or anything like that.
So it wasn't even chocolate or like a shaped like a hero or a badge or something they use.
Yeah.
See how my mind thinks when I'm doing this. I get thinking, well, if I'm going to make chocolate, I'm going to make a Thor's hammer. I'm gonna start doing this kind of stuff, right?
Yeah. But I think these are.
I want one. Or
I think these are regular stores that they have that are around somewhere, but they're selling it there. It's like, okay, this is just crazy.
Yeah.
I think that's how desperate they were to get vendors.
Well, you put it you put it out in the middle of nowhere. That's the first thing right there.
Yeah, but this year they brought it back to where it wasn't in the middle of nowhere, but they had already lost enough people because of it.
Yeah. Then they got to build up again.
Yeah,
You
and
gotta,
hopefully they don't do the same stupid mistake. So anybody else wanting any information or ask anything of us here? You know, like I said, as soon as I'm done this here, I'm gonna work on that video. Hopefully, I'm gonna have to piece some video pieces together and do a bunch of stuff. Hopefully, I'll have that all together in like an hour or two, and then it's just more putting it up on YouTube. Hey, John, you are drawing like in Magna. Is that on purpose?
Yes. The guy, I sent him some pictures before of the character. Let me show you here. This one here. This is more traditional,
oh yeah,
and he preferred this one on the top, the manga anime style.
It's more happy, less.
And I think, yeah, not only that, I think he's planning on doing it sort of like a cartoony style.
Yeah, I could
Hopefully
feel
in the
that right
future.
there with that one. Yeah,
So,
yeah. Which a lot of the also because I'm 48 years old. Okay, so I'd say a lot of the younger kids after having seen Avatar, you know what I mean?
mhm.
They would be more in line with something like that you're drawing than the first thing, right? That you
Yes.
showed.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, I mean, manga is much bigger business than traditional comics.
I haven't really even delved into that much of that stuff. I've been sitting here. I've been basically sitting here making objects and ships and spaceships. My whole thing was I was going to do some animating of like little TV things and have animated characters that and meshes I would create. It would be totally animated, right?
Mhm.
And I had some investment, and it came out. What happened was Warner Brothers was abusing the Canadian Foreign Temporary Worker Program and kind of buggered me from doing this. And I just kind of got sad and depressed, went away for a few years, and my dad one day said, well, they're going to do that to you. Why don't you just do things for free? So this is what I'm kind of sort of feeling I'm doing. And you know what? If I make $1 somewhere, then fine. If not, I don't care either. You know, it's just sort of one of those things where I was even discussing web page technology that could help. Like you could put this image on a web page into something that looks like a book. And they got this really neat Greek code out there. You be a little technical to use that. And it flips the page. And it literally flips the page. And you could put a few pages of your hard copy in there to show people. And you put all the Comicsgate guys on one web page, and people could just go click, hey, what's this guy up to? Right? And you could do your Indiegogo links there. You could do that. And you don't need, see, it's a misconception that you need something like Facebook to get popular. Okay. I've done things without any of this media and made serious good money doing it. Just in market and advertisements alone, like these ads, I was making in Canadian funds, it would have been about $3,000 or $4,000 a month just in ad revenue, and that was just that was in the mid '90s. And you know, so I got all these other little skills that kind of go around you guys, right? Plus, I got the little bits of, I'm not like the best animator or nothing either, but I got little bits of skills and tools and different things that I can mess with, and I have fun with it. I can program code in 7 languages too, so I have fun that way. I can make my own entertainment. That's where I'm at. When they start,
Yeah, ones and zeros go in any
when they
language.
start yelling at me and calling me Nazis and crap, I go, okay, I don't need you at all. I'll go make my own games and TV and movies. Screw you. That's
I mean,
really,
the thing is, there's a whole wide world out there on the internet, and the fact is, if you're famous on Facebook, that's fine. But if you're not famous on Facebook, people could absolutely have no idea who you are on Twitter. And same thing with Instagram. or
they're like little
YouTube.
bubbles.
You know,
Little bubbles, and you
and
know
you can have an entire career of making good money, and people on Instagram, Twitter,
and have no idea
no
who
idea
you
who
are.
you are.
Yeah,
You know,
I agree. Yeah, it's like I used to be in the
And-
server reselling business, and what I had no sleep. I was up all night long trying to get things to work for people, and I would get them to work, and I was asking for $15 profit per each month of these servers. This is for professional work.
Mhm.
And the thing was, I every time I did something, I did what you call an image. So when it was a hard thing that no one else had done before, I imaged it and put it to the side. Then the next guy asked for it, I push a button, and guess what? It's done.
It's already
Got
ready.
to the point where I had so
Okay.
many clients, and one Turkish guy, he went and paid me double, and I said, "What did you made a mistake, man?" You know, and he said, "Well, it's because every time I ask you to do something, you're able to do it." You know, and that's when you know you got the right, in a sense, a fan that's a client. You know,
Mhm.
I don't
Yeah.
consider them as
Oh.
objects, just wallets. You know, and I was the cheapest guy in the world, so everybody was coming to me, and if I hadn't got ill at the time, I'd probably be a millionaire right now. Well, if it
Chronox,
don't succeed, you know, I could be happy.
Chronox,
No.
or
Anyway,
Chronos. I forget how to pronounce it again already.
Yeah.
Bob is wondering why your profile pic is a robot. Bob is
well, I change it
wondering.
up now and then, and I just thought I would put up some old 3D mesh stuff that I had done before. That I don't know. I was just playing around with different things for games and different stuff that I was making, and I just put that one together in like a day, and had him going around in a circle, waving his arms like a silly person. It's just something to do, you know. Like I've got literally thousands and thousands of things that none of you have ever seen. That over time, I'll just throw some stuff out and say, "Go ahead. You want to use it? Go ahead. I don't care." You know.
Yeah.
It's just how I am.
Yeah, sounds good. I was gonna say to people too at the con, in talking to some of the artists there, especially in Artist Alley. I won't say their names yet because I never used the word Comicsgate with them, but they did seem like they could easily be Comicsgate friendly or come into the fold at some point. You know, so that seems interesting. They have projects. You know, they're great artists. You know.
Well, it's not like a
And they
recruitment drive, eh? It's
yeah, I
you
I
know,
know it's not a recruitment drive, you know, but I just more mean
we
and
want you.
you know, you want to know how friend.
This is to me
So
what it is a stand about bad behavior. Okay, I was literally sitting there. I play a game called Guild Wars 2, and one of the developers had a critic who passed away, and she went right silly at him. I mean, it's very disrespectful to talk ill of the dead in the first place, but what this lady did was crazy. She didn't get fired for it. And then a person who was literally her fan, not the game's fan, her fan, she attacked him. And that was
sure.
it. The CEO brought her in, and some other guy, like what Tug was talking about earlier, there's another guy that stood up for this Chuck guy. He should be very careful because when a company starts to lose money or the threat of losing money and lawsuits, okay, they will kick you to the curb faster than you can breathe. Okay. And that's what this guy did. He stood up for this woman who was a dev, and she got fired. And then she ran off, started screaming around. They fired me because I was a woman and all blah, blah. No, it's because you attacked somebody who actually appreciated you. And it was like
Mhm.
non-reality.
Yeah.
Non-reality. It's
Okay, hold on a
not what
second.
you did. It's what someone else did.
Yeah. Okay, Bob is saying. So is that from you or from you? I think he's talking to you. Like, did you create that
Yeah,
that robot?
yeah.
Did you
That
create
is
it, or is it from?
100% of creation, and it was made with a piece of software called Bryce 7, which I believe the creator of the software allowed 7.1 and 7 to go free, so you could just get it and do whatever you wanted. It comes with some materials and stuff. Basically, what I did was I just saw it on the left-hand side of my screen there, and I fired it back up again, and I just decided, well, somebody wanted a logo. This is kind of a neat software to make something neat. I could animate it a bit, and it doesn't take much effort to learn this kind of software. So there you go. I'm in the process of trying to move stuff from 3ds Max to Blender, and that's a whole ball game of pain.
KG says GW2 is a good game.
Yes,
it's a good game.
I bought both the expansion packs for that game. Still haven't finished.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
And I was one of a few people in the, there's an online 3-server war thing. One night, 9 of us took out the entire server.
Wow.
Yeah. That was in the day when you needed skill to play that game. Now it's not so much skill-based that.
Hoth Rebel is saying that that droid, to him, it looks like
it's funny. I've never seen that in any video game ever. Sorry, Cross.
No problem. Hoth Rebel is saying that droid that you got there, image, looks like the battle droid from Star Wars.
That was the influence.
The prequel.
Yeah. It's like not the battle droids, but there was a banking clan guild, I believe, in Star Wars. It looks more like one of their guys. If you look at the banking clan robots, I think it was in the first or second Star Wars movie. They were talking about, they're all on a table and they were sitting there. And you'll see some of them. That was the influence of it. And I just played with the meshing and around on there and stuff. Textures. I haven't even finished it. I just saw, these are just things I found on a hard drive the other day when I went looking through stuff.
And Bob also says, I don't mess with figurines. I work with plasticine and sculpture materials.
You should try a piece of software called ZBrush. I think there was we had a discussion about that one day. There were some different softwares that were, ZBrush has one that is kind of like, you get this thing and it's like clay in the middle, and then you it teaches you how to mold it. It's really trippy. And I think that particular part of ZBrush was something they gave you for free, and then of course the other things that are added onto it, then you cost you a ton of money. Yeah, all this software, guys, is not cheap. It's
true.
It's really, I would suggest, if you really want to ever get into this stuff, go right to Blender and stay there, because don't migrate off to these expensive packages because people tell you it's better. It might be, but you'll have more fun sticking with something that isn't going to be a pain in your wallet. 3ds Max back when I bought it was 15 grand.
Ouch.
On a house.
Yeah. Bob says, oh, I see. And I was going to say, for anybody new in the chat, we have had the giveaway. Bob won it.
Congratulations.
With the number 7. And he is getting a commission. We're most likely, he wants to pick between one that I've already done and one that I'm supposed to be doing on Wednesday. And as a bonus from the Comic-Con I went to today, I got 2 of this comic book basically for free. So he is getting that as well.
Dun, dun, dun. Woohoo!
I just figure I gotta mention it every so often because I like the title, especially when I see new people coming in. So numbers go down, numbers go. Yeah,
that's coming out good.
Yes. Let's pop on John there.
See, what I want to do now is that I've got some of this stuff dug back out to play with, is go back through my own little website I got set up, take out, say, images that I just threw them in there because they would be from DeviantArt and they look like they would fit a sort of theme, and just put my own stuff, slide it right in, you know. This book thing
I've-
though, I should really show you guys the base code for that, because it would be a good way to promote. You know, they go into the live chats and they take out a comic and they start reading it and stuff. It's the same thing, except it'd be on the website, and then you could do it at your own leisure and say, "Hey, I heard about this guy, and here's a link, and have a look." You flip a few pages, and you get to see the actual art, right? Like, and it's
Yeah.
like a page.
Hey guys, I'm sorry, but I gotta go. My wife's ready, and I gotta go pick some Halloween stuff up.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll catch you later. Maybe try and show it to us later on.
Yeah. It's 10 o'clock, right, for the Slave Leia?
10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So I think that's 7 your time.
Okay.
Yes, sir. All right, thank you very much. And Kronos, it's good talking to you. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah. Take care.
Okay. And I've never said math isn't useful, Bob. I know it's very useful. Okay, so I'm not sure when I started here, but I think I'm going to end this for now. And of course, I will be back on in about 4 hours. Remember to hit that like button, people. Smash that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you've yet to subscribe. Hit the notification bell to know when I'm doing stuff. What else? Comment for those watching after. Share. Check out my other content. Check out the links in the description. And what's your YouTube channel, Kronos?
My YouTube channel is the same as my my name. I haven't really started to do anything yet. I got a little 2-second animation up there, and what I'll probably do is put up some more stuff like that, a little bit longer, and maybe some how-tos for different softwares. I might end up doing some game reviews too, because I play a lot of different games. Might as well, you know, different things like that. You know, I'm just sort of helping other people out at the moment.
Yeah, sounds good.
So it's Kronos Chiron, CHRONOSS space Chiron, CHIRON, and it's the same name as, like, I'll type it here. Just say hi all.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute, let me put that over there. There. So the name that's spelled there is how it is there.
Yeah, all you have to do is say like hi in the chat or whatever.
Yeah.
There. Yeah, so all you have to do is go over his name, hit the 3 dots, and go to channel and subscribe to him if you've yet to subscribe.
I probably got some music playlists there too as well, from different genres of music and all kinds of different stuff. Sort of into rock and roll, so.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you everybody for tuning in. Have a great rest of the day or whatever it is. Bob, you have a great sleep. And we will see everybody in 4 hours. Bye for now. God bless everyone. Love you all.